Well, Mr. John Black, super chemist again. I'm going to show you a clip and we'll get into it. See if it goes.
This is Aaron Russo, a filmmaker and former politician. To his left is Nicholas Rockefeller of the Council on Foreign Relations. After maintaining a close friendship with Nicholas, Aaron eventually ended the relationship, appalled by what he had learned.
I got a call one day from an attorney woman I knew, and she said, would you like to meet one of the Rockefellers? I said, sure, I'd love to. And we became friends, and he began to divulge a lot of things to me. So he said to me one night, he said that there's going to be an event there, and out of that event, you're going to see, we're going to go into Afghanistan, so we can run pipelines from the Caspian Sea. We're going to go into Iraq to take the oil and establish a base in the Middle East, and we're going to go into Venezuela and try and get rid of Chavez. And the first two they've accomplished. Chavez they didn't accomplish. And so you're going to see guys going into caves looking for looking for people that they're never going to find. You know, he was laughing about the fact that you have this war on terror. There's no real enemy. He's talking about how by having this war on terror, you can never win it because it's an eternal war. And so you can always keep taking people's liberties away. And I said, how are you going to convince people that this war is real? He said, but the media. The media can convince everybody it's real. I mean, you know, it's just that you keep talking about things. You keep saying it over and over and over again, and eventually people believe it. You know, you created the Federal Reserve in 1913 through lies. You create 9/11, which is another lie. Through 9/11, you're fighting a war on terror, and now all of a sudden you go into Iraq, which was another lie, and now they're going to do Iran. You know, and so one thing leading to another, leading to another, leading to another. Now, I would say to them, what are you doing this for? What's the point of this thing? You have all the money in the world you ever want. You have all the power. I said, you know, you're hurting people. It's not a good thing. And he would say, what do you care about the people for? Take care of yourself and you take care of your family. And then I said to him, what are the ultimate goals here? He said, the ultimate goal is to get everybody in this world chipped with the RFID chip. And have all money be on those chips and everything on those chips. And if anybody wants to protest what we do or violate what we want, we just turn off the chip.
So let's get done with this. Hopefully this will be the last video on this playlist called Pastafarian Rules. Let's see here. Governments are not Christian roles. State and religion need to be separate. That's how the Pastafarian believes. Because the Pastafarian rules, you don't need to invoke God to prove that you are right, because you are right. You know what I mean? You are right because of the data, because of the common sense, because of the, you know what I mean, the logic. Okay? You don't need to invoke God, all right, to prove any point ever. You know? Because if you have to use God as a you know, a reasoning or whatever, and that means you don't have any facts or data to back it up. You're just saying magic, basically. God is not a mystery. Like, you know, human sacrifices. You know, there's like 6 or 7 verses in the Bible that, you know, talk about human sacrifice, and most of them, well, half of them say, are kind of debatable. Some, you know, depends on how you translate it. Then the other half, you know, it's even more, it's better. You know, I mean, you believe more that it's about human sacrifice. But I mean, if you can do mental gymnastics, you can say that they're not talking about human sacrifice. And then there's one that is like unrefutable. I mean, all preachers, colleges that teach theology, everyone agrees on the entire planet, except for my one sister. I show these, you know, because I always, when I'm trying to tell a Christian that the Bible is evil and their God is evil, and, you know, I bring up human sacrifice, they say, no, we don't believe in human. Even though the whole Christian thing is based on the human sacrifice of Jesus. You know what I mean? He his only begotten son he sacrificed. Yeah, he was human. His only begotten son was a human son, you know, and he was sacrificed. They say it right to you, but the doublespeak that a Christian has, you know, they're brainwashed or whatever. But there's no mystery, because every time I show this to a person, and you know, it's always a Christian that tells me how they read the Bible every night, an hour every night. And they're like in their 60s or something. I read the Bible I've read the Bible 30 times now, at least, in my life. And I show them like 10 verses, 50 verses. I've never seen this in the Bible. I can't believe this is in here. Basically, they cherry pick. They pick. Even though they've read the Bible an hour every day, 7 days a week, for 40 years, 60 years, they think that they read the whole thing, but they never read the whole thing. They just cherry picked out what they wanted and kept rereading them over and over again to enforce their, you know, their brainwashing. Anyways, the whole point of this is, most people, except for my one sister just says outright, I'm just going to lie and say that it doesn't say that it's about human sacrifice. Even though the story is very short, there's no, you know, he said he made an oath that he would kill whoever came out his door to greet him when he came back from the war if he won. He leaves to the war, he wins, he comes back, his daughter comes out, and he says, well, I gave my oath. I went through with my oath, and now my daughter is celebrated every year because she was a virgin when I killed her, and so there was only one oath given. It was a short story. The oath was, I'll burn whoever comes out and greets me when I come back from the war. She came out, the daughter, and he says, I did my oath, and you know, I burned her up or whatever. There's no, you can't translate it to anything else. But anyways, most people say, I just don't understand. It's just, I don't understand. I'm just a human. You know, God's a mystery. We don't know why he did it or this or that. We're just, it's a mystery. No. Pastafarian religion, God tells us the one true God, not the fictitious one in the Bible that man made up. The one true God told us, okay? He says it ain't no mystery. Wrong is wrong. It doesn't matter who does it. Doesn't matter who whatever. If it's wrong today, it's wrong tomorrow. And if it's wrong, you know what I mean? It's if it's wrong with Johnny did it, then it's wrong with Sally did it. If wrong with Sally did it, whatever, you know what I mean? Lost my train of thought. God is not a mystery. Yeah, you don't have to. If something sounds like it's wrong, just say it's wrong. If the Pastafarian God comes down and he does a human sacrifice, you can go up to him and say, hey, you're doing something screwed up. That's not cool, dude. And the Pastafarian God would say, yeah, you're right, man. That's true. The Christian God would be like, nah, screw it. Whatever I do, it doesn't matter how evil it is, it's still good. It's still moral. You know? And then the Christian says, eat it up. Hey, no. No, if it's wrong, it's wrong. You know? You help someone who fell. Okay, I did that one already. Just like the illegals. You can't help the illegals, okay? A Pastafarian, these are invaders, man. This is a plan, okay? With these illegal aliens, man. You cannot help them because then you get more illegal aliens. You get more criminals. That's all these are, criminals, you know, coming in. And you really hate black people if you don't want the border closed. You really hate black people. I mean, the rich people, elites, they don't want these illegal aliens. They're coming out of prisons, and you know, Venezuela's murder rate went down like 100% or 80% or something in the last year because they just let everyone out of prison and all their criminals just put them into the USA. But these elite people, they're smart. They don't want these illegals in their area. They just want the votes, They want the congressional districts getting larger so that they can have more Democrats in the Congress. And mainly, and another thing that's mainly is that they want cheap labor. Cheap labor, and they want housing to go up. I mean, if you have 10 houses and you have 10 people, and now all of a sudden you have 10 houses, you have 10 people, but now you got 10 illegal aliens too, that's 20 people. That means these 10 houses over here, now the rent goes up. Because if you don't like it, I got 20 more other people, 10 other people that don't have a house. They'll take it and pay it and be happy. You know what I mean? And same with the wages. All the wages are going to go down. But my whole thing is what all of the black cities, all of them almost. I'm sure there's 5% of the black cities that are predominantly black are not sanctuary cities. But let's face it, probably because 95% of blacks are Democrats, so they're going to do the Democrat policies. So at least 95% of the black predominantly areas are sanctuary cities. Why do you think that is? Wonder the guy in Iowa who's all white and don't have no black people around. Yeah. He don't want those illegals coming in. That's why he ain't a sanctuary city. You see, they tricked the black people into being sanctuary cities so that they could be a magnet and get these cheap labor into the country, but the rich don't have to deal with the poor illegals coming into their areas. And how are they going to do that? Oh, just make all the black cities sanctuary cities. And they'll just all, not all of them, but most of them will go to the sanctuary cities. You're going to have a lot of people in there. So anyways, that's why you should not help the illegals. You are sinning if you help the illegals. You need to send them back where they were, because this is God's plan. You send them back and you help your country, and you keep helping it until it is as perfect as it can be, and then you'll have that system. You'll know that system, and then you tell the other countries, hey, look, I made this system, and we have barely any crime, we have barely any homelessness, everyone's doing good now in our country. This is how to do it. That's what God wants you to do. He doesn't want you to help any countries. I mean, obviously, like if there's Hitler in Germany, obviously we had to go over and help. But I'm saying you don't help other countries, man. That's not our job, man. I mean, you help them a little bit, but to give them millions and billions of dollars and all this kind of crap, no. If you can't fix your own, it's like the thing where don't pay your neighbor's bill if your electric bill ain't paid, right? Because then what happens is you pay their bill. They're already showed that they're not responsible, right? Because they didn't pay their bill. Now you're over here. Now you can't pay your bill. Now your electric gets shut off. So now you end up, getting to work late or whatever. Now you lose your job. Now you this. Now you can't help this guy. You're homeless now. Well, this guy's doing good. But if you did it the other way and you said, no, I can't help you with your electricity. He gets his electric turned off. Now maybe a month later, now you have extra money, you help him out. Now a month later, you got extra money, you can help another guy out, and so on. And so you can keep helping people. But if you help someone when you can't help yourself, you're going to screw yourself over. And then those 10 other guys that you were going to help, you won't be able to help them. You help this idiot. It didn't deserve it. Okay? So, we got 2 more things here. Let's see how many minutes I got left. Oh, I got no minutes left. Okay, so there's just going to be one more video, and then that will be it. And I will go on to Trump racism, and I will go on to Biden racism, and then we'll see which one is the biggest racist piece of garbage there is. But until then, you all have a great day. Always remember, science is great. Being a Pastafarian is great.